Clark, let it be known, she does not like this Stephanie White offense, how these players in the WNBA don't even know where to move or how to move or where to cut. And that leads to a lot of her turnovers. And she also states how much she misses Lisa Bluder. And I think all of us Indiana Fever Caitlin Clark fans prefer if Lisa Bluder was the head coach.
Caitlin Clark isn't just stacking stats. She's rewriting the rookie record book while slyly questioning the very system she's running. Picture this. She's shattering milestones on the court, then dropping hints she'd welcome her old college coach like a hoops Cinderella twist. It's equal parts fairy tale, soap opera, and pure drama. Between the historic numbers and subtle shade at the playbook, this saga might be hotter than her three-point range, and that's saying a lot.
I mean, what's going on here? And I'm sorry, but if Stephanie White's supposed to be this all-world coach, you're not going to show up to a game against the Phoenix Mercury with DeWanna Bonner playing on the other side after what she did to the Indiana Fever franchise, and you show up there and somehow the team is lifeless? Sophie Cunningham coming back to Phoenix and the team is lifeless? That is the...
Caitlin Clark didn't come to the WNBA to politely run the pass here, pass there, jog in a circle of fence. This is the same phenom who, as a college freshman, had Lisa Bluder hand her the keys to a Ferrari and basically say, "Go, just try not to wreck it." Spoiler, she didn't wreck it. She floored it, went off-road, blew past the speed limit, and somehow turned every wild maneuver into a highlight reel. Now she's bringing that same fearless, pedal-to-the-metal game to a league that isn't quite ready for the ride.
Sums up why I can't stand Stephanie White as a basketball coach for Caitlin Clark. I don't think that Stephanie White is a bad coach. Don't get it twisted. She's not a bad coach at all. I just don't think she's the right coach for Caitlin Clark. So let's take a listen to this right here. This was on the podcast with Super 8.
But I think that's even been something like me and Steph have always talk about when we go and watch film. And even that New York game where I played really, really well. Obviously scored a lot of points. I think I had 9 assists or 10 assists that game.
She was a rebound and assist off a 32-point triple-double. And is the only reason.
So imagine the shock. Clark lands in the WNBA only to be dropped into Stephanie White's offense, an attack that feels less like basketball and more like an HOA meeting about mailbox colors. Regulations everywhere, creativity locked in the garage, every play stamped approved but uninspired.
And it's just going to be interesting to see her come back and see this team fully go full circle around their set leader, and I'm still banking on it being Caitlin Clark. Without Caitlin Clark, they had 19 in the one game and 16 in their previous game without CC even.
Then comes the Liberty game. Clark isn't just warming up, she's in full scoring inferno mode. Call the fire marshal, the building's about to melt. Fourth quarter hits, she coughs up 2 turnovers. Big deal. Even Jordan turned it over, and nobody ever told him, "Mike, that's it. Grab a seat and think about what you've done." But here, boom, Clark's yanked like she missed curfew. One moment she's torching the defense, the next she's stuck on the bench, watching the game slip away like a kid grounded in the middle of recess.
My precious Cece, she was upset. She didn't say nothing, no smiling, walked off, not looking at no cameras. I'm talking about, you can tell it's all on her face. She got it in her mind. But look, I need y'all to understand. That was so embarrassing and pathetic, and the teamwork was not there. But I remember Jordan had got hurt his second year. He didn't come back into playoffs, and that playoff series was legendary. He scored 63 points in one game, but he still...
Meanwhile, plenty of players are out there coughing up turnovers like free gift baskets and still logging heavy minutes. No quick hook, no bench timeouts, nothing. The only real exceptions are Tash and Mitchell, who, along with Clark, seem to be the only ones trusted with a hall pass to actually play basketball. Everyone else is chained to the don't color outside the lines offense. And Clark? She's the one who gets yanked the moment she dares to take a risk.
The Stephanie White offense compared to what she was doing at Iowa when she took over the world. Let's take a look.
At the college, it was very similar. All-out attack, we're known to have 5 shooters on the floor at all time. We played with really good floor spacing, and at Iowa it was the same way. 4 people were on the floor that could shoot at the same time. Then obviously we usually played with a true post, but they rarely missed too. Like Mon never missed. Like Hannah Stolke was tremendous when I was there too, and even our backup post players. Like I always think about like how Coach Bluder like ran practices and things, and like I'm very fortunate looking back and like now going to like watch other colleges practices and things like that. Like she really like was so intentional about like making.
Here's the problem. WNBA coaches like Stephanie White are so locked into don't make a mistake basketball that they've forgotten this is supposed to be put on a show basketball. You don't build wins, or fans, on a philosophy that boils down to just try not to embarrass yourself. That's not an offense. That's hostage negotiations with a shot clock. Lisa Bluder never coached that way. She didn't lose it if Caitlin Clark threw a risky pass or launched one from the parking lot. Bluder understood the truth. High risk, high reward plays are the reward. You don't leash a player because the last gamble missed. You give her the ball again because the next one might be the dagger in White's system. The message feels more like play perfectly or sit down. That works fine if you're coaching robots. But these aren't robots. They're elite athletes with basketball IQs sharp enough to see passing lanes before the defense even realizes the ball is in motion. And Clark's vision? That's the maddening part. She sees plays unfolding 3 seconds before they happen, a skill most vets never develop. Yet instead of letting her weaponize it, White boxes her in, as if too much freedom might send her dribbling into another dimension. The result, a generational talent forced to color inside the lines, while the game, and the fans, get robbed of the chaos that makes her magic work.
In over 10 years, and Caitlin Clark has something to do with that, man. They was 8-5 with Caitlin. At the end of the day, no matter how many games they win, they lost more games without Caitlin Clark playing. Like, so everybody argument that Caitlin Clark is the Achilles heel, Caitlin Clark is this and that, your argument is obsolete, bro. They will forever have that notion on their, that blemish on there. Now, if they would have won more games, lost less, then you might.
You know what the WNBA is missing right now? Basketball IQ that leads the game instead of trailing behind it. Some of the top college coaches have it in spades. Drop Lisa Bluder into the league tomorrow and she'd have a roster putting up 110 a night without breaking a sweat. Instead, the current system is strangling creativity in favor of safe basketball, the kind that's about as thrilling as watching paint dry in slow motion. Players are afraid to take risks because one mistake equals a ticket to the bench. For Caitlin Clark, that means her creativity gets muzzled, her confidence chipped away, and fans who came to see magic are left with timid ball movement and desperate heaves at the buzzer. This isn't about one game, it's about a mindset. A mindset that says, don't do it unless you're sure it'll work. Sounds safe, but here's the truth. Every iconic basketball moment in history started with someone not being sure, and doing it anyway. The league needs the freedom college stars thrive under. Coaches who understand that a turnover chasing greatness is worth 10 safe possessions that die on the vine. Bring back Lisa Bluder energy to the WNBA, and maybe we'll finally get the kind of basketball that makes people stop scrolling and start watching.